All right, so here we have this list of notes, and just gonna quickly go through and show you all how I am putting the notes to use. So let's get into it, man. Number one, drawing a reference. What am I drawing? A box. Now, very, very important that when we draw the box, we are still just barely touching some part of the drawing with each of these lines. Touching here, touching here, touching here, and here. Step 3, splitting the top line in half. Tick mark, asking myself, where's halfway? That looks about halfway. Measure, copy, paste. Already halfway through. And we can see we already have something lining up perfectly for us over here. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Connected the tick marks to the vertical line. Now I'm looking to split this vertical line in half, so scanning. That to me looks a little above halfway. Let's try a little bit further down here. Boom. Boom. There we go. That is halfway. And we're going to ignore number 8 because this is not a figure. So let's compare the width to the height here. Very, very close to being a square. Just barely not a square. So when I go to freehand this over here, keeping that in mind, I could even measure this line, turn it on up like that. That way they're exactly the same, right? Just go a little bit above that because we already measured and saw that it's just a little bit taller than a square. Then from here, center, copy, paste. Center. And now we want to start with very simple shapes. So look at this. We have this whole circle going on down here. Now before I just freehand my circle over here, I want to put a couple tick marks down. That's where the jaw is. Look at that. Just a little bit up from the bottom. But looking at this line here, I can see it's not halfway. So a little bit from the bottom, not quite halfway. I know that's where the bottom is over here. It's the side of the face. Because we got a little bit of negative space over here. Look at this. This to me looks like it is perfectly halfway through this line here. So come around here to the halfway line. This one's at the top. So the head is going to be about this size here. A couple weird things going on. These eyes are not next to each other. They are actually stacked diagonally. Just going to draw a line, diagonal line for these eyes. Diagonal line for the rim of the helmet. Far left side, the helmet is pretty distorted. line here, I can have some slight squiggles, like what's going on in the reference. Got to try and figure out how wide this area here is. So not quite in the middle of this square, a little to the right. And at this stage, drawing really loose, sketchy, not adding any extra pressure to the pencil. I'm just kind of letting the natural weight of the pencil do its thing. And then this halfway line does seem to perfectly line up with this. The eye is going to dip below a little bit. And it's going to end. You know, if we just concentrate on this line here, that's about halfway through this line. So, tick mark, where's halfway? Right around there. And I know the eye is going to end right around there. Left eye is way smaller. Way smaller. About the same height, but as far as the length or the width goes, it's a lot shorter. Let's see what's going on around halfway through here. This to me looks like that's about halfway through the bottom section here. Let's double check. Boom, boom. That's where this chin is. We already know where the bottom of the head is, so we're going to put the jaw. Couple contour lines. And at this stage, I'm basically done. Still want to spend 5 to 10 minutes cleaning things up, making sure everything is exactly where it needs to be. But I took care of all the difficult stuff. Rest of the time, I'm just going to be spent cleaning it up, adding the fun little details. It's a pretty proportionate looking robot face based on the reference.